Hey there, Tiki here. No, the books I've read last year and this year so far. I already made a video yesterday about my internet being wonky, so that's why I didn't do the my last year and this year wrap up so far. So I didn't read any books in January. I started some, I just didn't finish them. So I finished a book just a few days ago, so yeah. So let's start with the last year's first, and then work my way up to this year's. The first book is Lord Savage by Mia Gabrielle. I'm not going to read the synopsis on the back because I already read the book, you know, the synopsis on my book haul when I got these books. So yeah, Lord Savage is kind of like your hardcore romance, and you know, you can get all the nitty gritty details, I guess. But it is about this girl named Evelyn Hart that leaves her home in New York for London to start over, and then she meets this Jarl of Savage, and they end up falling in love and whatnot. And it's kind of like they starts out like trying to be like one night stands, but then the two main characters in here, Evelyn and the Jarl of Savage, end up falling in love, and they didn't want to share. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. If you haven't read it, you should read it. The Fault Tree by Louise Uri. I think that's how you pronounce the last name. This is a mystery. So I'm not used to mysteries, but this one's actually pretty interesting. It's about a blind girl who, she wasn't always blind. She got blind in a car accident, and it killed her 2-year-old niece. And she witnessed a crime. So, and she helps the police find the killers. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting book. You should read it if you haven't read it. Okay, Scythe, the first book in the Arc of Scythe series by Neil Schusterman. Now, a lot of people have been wanting, was thrilled about this book, and I agree with them. It's actually a pretty good book. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to get my hands on Thunderhead soon, I hope. But yeah, Neil Schusterman and Scythe is a pretty good series. Pretty good book. Next, In a Class by Itself by Sandra Brown. It's about a girl who went to her high school reunion, and ends up getting together with her I guess, crush, I suppose. I guess they were in high school. They were actually together as a couple, but then it didn't work out right, and I guess they in this book here, they got back together and made it work. And yeah, it's pretty good. Has your romance in here, so this is like a romance mystery. I don't know where I got this book, but anyway, it was a pretty good book. You should read it if you haven't read it. You should read it. The last book I read last year was Raven by Alison Van Dypen. This was actually pretty interesting. There's these like these creatures called Zhen Qi. They like suck their soul out of dead people that die. And on the book, this is that kind of like one of the main characters. And she got a tattoo on her back, Raven, because they always called her Raven. because they wanted to change her into what they are, the Gen Chi. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. But this is actually a pretty good read. It will be actually a pretty good movie to see this. If it's already a movie, I don't know about it, but it will be a pretty good movie if it's not a movie. But yeah, I would watch it. It was actually pretty interesting to me. Real page turner for me. So yeah. Those are the last 4 books that 5 books I've read last year. The ones I've read recently are the 6 books of the Night Wolf series. So this is volume 1 and volume 2. So it has 3 books of the series in each one. So I read them all. And then this is the 1 through 3, 4, and 4 through 6. I still need to get the 3rd one. That's 7 through 9. Soon I'll get those, but this series is actually pretty awesome. I loved all of them. I can't wait to get my hands on the 3rd volume. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. A lot of people love, the BookTube world or BookTube websites also love this series. So yeah, I really loved it myself. So I really enjoyed it. If you haven't read the Night Wolf series, you should read it. The last book I've read, I finished the other day, is The Book of Lost Things by John Connolly. Now this is not my typical read. This is kind of like a, I don't know, it seemed to me like rewrites of fairy tales like Snow White, like some random fairy tales. One of them was Snow White, so yeah, it's pretty interesting. It was kind of slow paced for me in the beginning, but then it picked up. It's kind of about this boy that's jealous because he lost his mom and was mourning for her, and his dad didn't understand, and he ended up marrying somebody else and having another kid and spending more time with her and his half-brother, and he ended up going to this other world and running into these people that he's trying to get to the king to see what's wrong, and ends up conquering the crooked man. So he's like the evil man, I guess, to get back to his own world, which it happens, but I'm not gonna. He ends up going back to his world. That's what I'm just gonna say. It's pretty good. So yeah, like I said, slow paced in the beginning, but it picks up. Pretty good book, pretty good read. You should read it if you haven't read it. So yeah, Tiki out.